Ever since the chip war between the USA and China commenced, the former had always been a step ahead of the latter. China's dependence on cutting-edge EUVs has led them to be constantly one-upped, and if they weren't so resilient, it'd have been game over already. However, the tides are changing. ASML is delivering China lithography machines at a lightning pace. Probably for the first time in the chip war, the US is incapable of pulling ASML strings, and there's nothing they can do about it. So, what's this new development all about, and why is ASML suddenly so interested in the Chinese market? Find out about everything in today's video. While it surely came as a surprise, did you know ASML delivered lithography machines to at least 3 chip-making companies in China at the end of 2022? It's clear that ASML wants to seize the ever-promising Chinese market, and why shouldn't they? They may be the most important player in the chip business, but they are a company, after all. With that in mind, they need profits. China is a crucial market. They are one of the largest importers of ASML tech, and given how they're awkwardly placed between both giants, they're kind of in a rock and a hard place situation. But why, though? The Dutch semiconductor equipment manufacturer ASML has been a key player in America's quest to deny China's technological advancements in the semiconductor industry. But depending on how much ASML leans to one side, they may end up facing severe collateral damages. As we probably all already know, ASML's lithography machines are pivotal for chip manufacturers who want to make cutting-edge chips. For quite a while now, political influence from the American government and even the Dutch have served as a thick wall blocking the company from exporting its famous extreme ultraviolet UV machines to China, due to potential safety risks. However, did you know things aren't stopping there? Over the past months, the United States of America has made attempts to stop ASML from exporting its next best equipment for chip-making technology, deep ultraviolet DUV machines. Interestingly, analysts believe DUVs to be the only thing close to use capabilities. This comes after Peter Wennink, the chief executive officer of ASML Holding NV, questioned America's export restrictions and rules made any sense. In an interview with the newspaper NRC Handelsblad, he states, "Maybe they think we should come across the table, but ASML has already sacrificed." According to him, while ASML has been banned from exporting UV machines to China ever since 2019, American companies have benefited from selling alternative technology. He also said that while 15% of ASML's sales are in China, American chip suppliers make sales of up to 25% and sometimes over 30%. From a neutral perspective, it feels a bit contradictory. Why should ASML be stopped from selling their most advanced chip-making equipment while American manufacturers sell their best chips to Chinese customers? It is common knowledge that chip technology for purely military applications is usually 10, 15 years old. Yet, the technology used to make such chips can still be sold to China, Wennink adds. With all that out of the way, why exactly is ASML fighting back? For one, there's a crisis brewing, and ASML is feeling the heat. ASML is having a change of attitude mainly due to the changes in the global chip market. Ever since the second half of 2022, did you know the recession of the global chip industry has become evident and caused many chip companies to stop purchasing lithography machines in large quantities? Take TSMC, for example. While it's expected that they would produce Apple's top-of-the-line A17 processor this year, their 3nm process can't find customers. With TSMC and Intel both slowing down their UV machine purchases, ASML has to switch its focus to DUV machines again. But this poses another problem. DUV lithography machines also face the problem of insufficient customer demand, and that's also related to the decline of the chip industry. So many companies have put their chip production capacity at a halt. Right now, all roads for ASML lead to China. They're the only market that's still seeking an expansion of their production capacity despite the crippling recession, and the good thing is that they aren't stopping anytime soon. China wants to gain self-sufficiency by 2025. While ASML would like China to still rely on UV lithography machines, the nation's chip expansion capacity is a life-saving straw right now. To make matters even worse, do you know ever since the United States of America imposed restrictions on China, they've never compensated the Dutch semiconductor equipment manufacturer? That's almost like a kick to the nuts. Interestingly, ASML isn't the only one having a change of attitude. The Minister of Foreign Trade in the Netherlands, 𝐋𝐄𝐓'𝐒, has openly said the Netherlands wouldn't simply accept and comply with the new U.S. restrictions on exporting chip-making technology to China at face value. 𝐓𝐿 states, "We've been talking with the Americans for a long time, but they came up with new rules in October, so that changes the playing field. So you can't say that they've been pressuring us for 2 years and now we have to sign on the dotted line. And we won't. As we all know, ASML is a European company and a Dutch one at that." The minister also insists that they would fight for their economic interests, which more or less translates to lesser restrictions on ASML selling lithography machines to China. It's almost like a veil has been uplifted, and ASML is starting to look at the bigger picture. With the crippling restrictions, not only has the Chinese chip industry been held back, but companies in Europe that make advanced technology are also caught in the crossfire. If you think about it, should the USA have such power to stop European companies from seeking to share profits from the Chinese market? Besides, China has been insanely resilient and active. Ever since the ban started, they've been seeking new and innovative ways to bounce back. Let's be honest, it's only a matter of time before they reach their target of being technologically independent. It may come slightly after their intended 2025 mark, but surely, it's coming. So, what's the fuss about ASML speeding up the delivery of lithography machines to China? For starters, did you know Chinese chip companies, Chongqing Ruishi Chuangxin and Dingtai Jiangxin, have recently obtained ASML's lithography machines? According to predictions from analysts, in 2023, there will be a further decline in the global chip industry. To add accelerants to the flames, the decline is expected to increase by up to 25%. Just as we said earlier, only the Chinese market is expected to go against the trend by actually expanding chip production capacity. Guys, China's largest chip manufacturer SMIC has decided to invest a lot of money into establishing a chip factory, and that alone cements the huge demand for cutting-edge chip equipment in the Chinese market. Currently, the rate of China's self-sufficiency as far as chips are concerned is estimated to be over 30%. Given how China wants to be at least 70% reliant by 2025, there's still a lot of room for progress, and we can be rest assured that they'd want to actualize their goals. In the times when China desperately needed EUV lithography machines and other top-of-the-line equipment, ASML, under the request of the United States of America, turned its back on them. They stopped exporting EUV lithography machines to China, but the latter responded. China hastened the pace of the development of its lithography machine industry. Did you know a chip company based in China invited bids for 27 lithography machines? Because of that, Japanese lithography machine companies received offers from China for 21 sets. The remaining 6 sets are being provided by lithography machine companies based in mainland China. As for the Dutch company ASML, they don't even have a single one. Since China reduced the purchase of ASML lithography machines, the firm's revenue from the Chinese market has been steadily declining. With that in mind, ASML is probably beginning to worry about their stand, especially as they're facing a big risk of losing the Chinese market, forever. Moreover, there's also a growing feeling that China will develop its cutting-edge lithography machine sooner or later, and if that happens, it will be game over. China's resilience and attitude, including their rising demand for chip-making tech, seem to have been the much-needed wake-up call. The Dutch company is now seeking any means necessary for the right to ship their technology to China freely, and given how ASML had recently shipped 3 lithography machines to Chinese chip companies in quick succession, it's fair to say Washington would be stunned. Alas, from a neutral perspective, it's really hard to say ASML is making the wrong choice. As a company, they need to put themselves first. When the collateral damage comes, no one will bear the consequences but them. It's no surprise as to why they've suddenly accelerated the delivery of lithography machines to China in the end. What do you think? Would ASML eventually succumb to America's influence once again? Or would they rise and break free? Also, do you think ASML is making the right call in their change of attitude? Let us know in the comments.